We tend to have this reaction in the United States where we're either super excited about change and don't care about the consequences, or are afraid of change and try to stop it. Both paths lead towards disaster. The only positive path is to say, how do we put technology in the service of the public good? Can we imagine a city of the future which was perfectly inclusive, that allowed everyone to go about their business, where we all felt safe and enjoyed the company of others?
About 2 years ago, we started looking at the topics of how emerging technologies were going to be impacting cities. We were surprised and excited that there didn't seem to be a lot of work in that area. Soon turned into a little bit of concern and terror once you start really understanding what the secondary impacts are of these technologies. And we look mostly at autonomous vehicles, e-commerce, and the sharing economy.
If we sit back and are just passive recipients of technology and are kind of distracted by the new shiny thing and don't think about how services might be rolled out, we could end up with a system that's very fragmented and very inequitable.
People keep thinking that autonomous vehicles are just a fancier version of current vehicles and that our current regulatory structures will work. That's not true. As cars electrify, the gas tax drops to zero. With autonomous vehicles, parking fees, parking fines, and traffic citations drop to zero. As parking demand drops, that will have an impact on property taxes. As freight automates, sales tax gets radically reorganized. So we'll still be buying the same amount of stuff, but you won't be driving to your local store.
In the future, when I have self-driving cars fitting into today's free public roads, it'll be cheaper for me to have a warehouse inventory car that is just driving around for free on public streets.
There's not a lot of solutions here because we haven't really created them yet. It's going to really require some risk-taking and some early adopters to be able to show what the potential is.
AVs are not a transportation issue. E-commerce is not a retail issue. These topics are much larger. You need to be able to think ahead to adapt to the reality that's going to be coming for the things you know.
Our models are really out the window, so we need to turn this into way more of a adaptive, dynamic, real-time planning instead of long-range planning.
Certain outcomes are not guaranteed. They require policy responses from the public sector to balance the teeter-totter between private sector profit motives and protecting the public good.
Public sector needs to be thinking more and more about what are the public policy outcomes we care about with respect to mobility and how do we achieve those, and less about operating transportation services.
We have industry moving at a neck-breaking pace, and I don't want us to be reacting to them. I want us to be engaging with them.
So how do we make sure the people that have to really think about the programs and the policies have the information they need so they can make those tough choices?
Good planning will not change. It's really about community values and goals and expressing those community values and goals and then adapting our practices. Otherwise the danger is that technology will drive the planning and we'll be reactive in our posture.
I like the fact that University of Oregon and other folks that have helped pull this together are helping lead this conversation around the long-term implications, because the opportunity is there to really rethink the way that we design our cities.
I think the thing we're missing in this country is a vision of the future that people can buy into.
A big challenge that we face is telling a more compelling story. Telling a story that is rooted in things that are truer and that make us happier.
We just need more visionaries in this country who have a national platform that can help people imagine a future where if you give me something, it's not that you have less, it's that we both have more.